Hi, if you're an HVAC, electrical, or home service business, in this training, I'm going to take you step by step through our exact process to improve your web presence, set up your online advertising, and improve your in-home close rate by at least 20-30% on all in-home estimates. It doesn't matter what industry you're in, if you're selling windows, roofs, or electrical panels. This is a proven process that by the end of the video, you will have a stronger understanding of how to improve your close rate and set up sales and marketing for your business. So here we're going to take a look at the sales and marketing framework for your HVAC or home service business. Now, I really put business owners in really three archetypes to really understand. You're likely in one of three of these positions. One, you kind of have the side job guy where you're maybe subcontracting for another company, working a job. Maybe you're a technician at a company, and you're wanting to start your own business. Maybe you have a buddy at your job who you guys are thinking of wanting to start a business here in the near future. And right now, what you're doing side jobs on the weekends, where you're getting referrals, and you want to go from doing side jobs on the weekends to having the confidence of doing something full time, right? And once you're full time, you're essentially you're a business owner doing 100K per month, maybe an average of 10 installs per month. You're one or two guys that are running house calls yourself. Maybe you're doing the installing. Maybe you have a couple buddies that are doing the installing for you, and you're the business owner, one or two business owners that are running lots of in-home estimates yourself, right? Or you're in another category. Maybe you're farther along. Maybe you've either bought an HVAC business, or you maybe inherited a business, or worked your way up to where you're a business owner doing $1 million per month, either from residential sales or commercial, or a combination of both, right? Residential, commercial. Most of the business owners that we see, that $1 million a month definitely comes from a combination of both residential and commercial work. So when you're in a position of starting your business, you're a side job guy, you don't have that many resources, right? You don't have any leverage. You don't have much of a budget to spend on marketing, right? You're not ready yet, and you don't have the confidence to start your own business yet. You don't really have that starting capital. So the only leverage that you can have is improving your sales skills, right? When you get leads and you go to the home to do an estimate, you can bid cheaper than everyone else, but you can't rely on that forever. No one grows a business by being the cheapest around. You be the best business. You start a business by being the best around, charging affordable and prices that actually make your margins and scale. So when you're a guy doing side jobs, you're getting leads from multiple resources. Sometimes the jobs are very easy to close, right? They're just referrals from friends and family, so they're pretty much closed already. A lot of prospective business owners in this stage get stuck because they don't develop the sales skills, right? When they actually get leads from online marketing or other sources where they're not really closed yet, they don't know what to do, right? So it really depends on sales experience. So have you worked as a comfort advisor in another company? What's your sales ability when you're talking to homeowners, right? So if you want to go from a guy who's doing side jobs the weekends to a 100K per month business owner, the most important thing that you need to do is improve your sales skills, right? When you get a lead, when you talk to a residential homeowner, what is your capacity in closing them as a job, right? So improving your sales skills and obviously improving your lead sources is what's going to allow you to turn into the 100K business owner, right? If when you're the 100K month business owner, you're doing 10 installs or less per month, you're likely doing very well during the summer when it's really seasonal. But the challenges that you have is that you have to go to every in-home estimate. Your sales skills are based on you, right? So the bottleneck in the business essentially is you, right? Because you might have a customer service representative, you might have people installing for you, but you can't necessarily take a holiday or take a day off because you're the one running all the calls. And the only way for you to scale your business is by getting more installs, right? More house calls. So the bottleneck in this position is that you need to hire and train sales talent that can remove yourself away from the process of selling. And of course, like, you still sell when it's most important, but the way to scale your business from here is so you can start focusing on getting more commercial contracts, so you don't have to worry about residential all the time. And you want to start training people to be in your place, so you can actually work on the other parts of the business that will put you in a position to sell the business or to scale beyond where you're at. Now, a third position is maybe you're a business owner who's doing $1 million per month through residential and commercial sales, and your focus here is maybe you already gone through all the routes. Maybe you did have technical, maybe you were a technician at one point, maybe you were a 1-2 man business, and you went through all the ropes to get here. You have diversified lead sources. You had to have some side of consistency and predictable process to get to where you're at. But when you're doing $1 million per month, it's oftentimes you're just going to stay there, right? You understand the numbers to a degree, but at some point here, you need to have such great understanding of your numbers to where you can have some predictability, right? To where, hey, I'm spending X amount on advertising to get X amount of installs into my business, so that each month I can just tell my marketing team, hey, let's spend a couple $1,000s more and we're going to get this back, right? And so you need to have a predictable way to scale your business month to month, and it's a little bit harder, right? You have $1 million per month. Sometimes you have $700K a month, $500K a month, or maybe more. But to go from $1 million to $2 million a month, it's going to come from a drastic and incremental changes of understanding your numbers, having predictable systems, and hey, we're driving down our customer acquisition cost by 20%, and this results in something else. So the strategies I'm going to talk about here apply for a business owner in every stage, and of course there are certain things that each business owner in their respective positions need to do to go from the guy doing side jobs on the weekend to the guy doing 100K per month to the guy doing $1 million per month operation. So everything we're going to take a look at is what are the growth steps and what are the avenues for us to generate revenue in our business, right? What do we need to be doing, right? Number one is, of course, web presence, right? Long gone are the days of when we can just, rely on, word of mouth and a Facebook page and friends and family sharing everything to get work, right? Every company needs to have a web presence, right, at some point, right? It's just going to establish your reputation and allow you to grow online in the long term, right? So setting a web presence isn't just getting a website done on Wix or something like that. It needs to be very intentional, right? That investment is going to go a long ways. It's something where you kind of just build once and just continue posting and making consistent steps, and it'll get you leads. It have a compound effect essentially. So having a good web presence comes from having a website that's optimized for Google Ads and online advertising, and people coming to your website through the phone, on their computer, and being able to get to the website and have multiple ways to interact with your website so they can actually become your customer. So getting a website that's optimized for advertising and lead conversion, and then SEO content, right? So you want to improve your ranking when people look for HVAC near you, or HVAC in Oklahoma City if you live in Oklahoma City, right? Your company needs to show up on Google, and when people search your website on Bing or any search engine, right? So SEO content is going to allow you to rank higher when people are searching for you, because you have more articles and just more assets on the internet that put your rank up higher. The other thing is social media. Is not only should you just keep all your content on your website, you should have content on social media platforms, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. It's not something you have to put a tremendous amount of effort in. Just post consistently, once a week, once per day, however consistent that you like, so that people can find you on a various amount of platforms, because everyone's on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, everywhere, right? So be everywhere, right, is what I'm saying. The last part is your Google Maps ranking. So aside from your ranking online on search engines, you need to optimize your ranking on Google Maps, right? This is what's known as local SEO, so setting your Google My Business profile and then getting people to review your business, making periodic updates. So now that you're showing up on people's Google search, web search, and also on their Google Map search, you're going to get more consistent lead flow of people looking for your business. So the next thing is really just being organized, right? As you're interacting with customers, collect a database of every single customer, every potential customer that's ever interacted with your business, even if you can close them as a customer, and creating a database and reactivating this database on a consistent basis, right? Every customer ever interacted, there is a customer life cycle. First time you did a tune-up with them, they might become an install later on, right? Or maybe they're an install now, maybe they become a customer for a maintenance plan, right? The sale doesn't stop at the first interaction, right? And if you don't have a way to consistently remain in contact with them, you can't call Debbie twice a week to remind her, to change her air filter and switch out different things on her unit, right? When you start out as a business owner, you can do that, but on a larger scale of things, you need to maintain consistent contact, and now software can do a lot of these things. So setting up a newsletter for your business, right? Once a week email to all your customers saying, hey, here's the deal of the week, having a $49 tune-up or a system cleaning, or next week we have, discounted air filters, something like that. SMS campaigns, right? Texting, customers who opt in, saying, hey, here's the deal of the week, this is what's going on, and just maintaining contact with them, right? And mailers and flyers. So if we don't want to reach people digitally, we can have out mailers and flyers to give out to people who we have their address and everything. Send them something physical for them to look at, coupon book, whatnot. And the last part is reviews and referrals. Is we're often going to get really busy and forget to get reviews and referrals from our customers. So online or reactivating your database, telling people, hey, if you did a business in the past with us, you can take time to review our business, or refer friends and family for $500 cash on an install. That'd be great, right? So that will have that consistency to turn that customer who was only a tune-up or repair a couple months ago to someone who gives you a review, gives you a referral, or maybe opts in on another deal of the week that you have. Now, the third thing is just customer contracts, right? As you interact with more customers in your business, maybe you're thinking of selling your company later on. Is what do people look at when they're buying a business, right? What is how many customers do you have, and what do your transactions look like, right? What does your cash flow look like? Customer contracts, even if it's a monthly membership to change out someone's air filter, or maintenance contracts where you come twice a year to visit their home, you need reasons to come visit these homeowners' homes and help them out, right? Sell them a new unit, help them repair what's going on. You need reasons to come to the homeowners, and having these maintenance plans, these maintenance contracts, and these monthly memberships allows you to visit the customers, and it also just builds your relationship and customer loyalty that they have with your business. And later on, if you want to sell your business, this is a major asset to you when companies are looking at your business. They're like, oh, how many customers can you serve, even when season isn't that busy. You have these customer contracts in place, then you're in a lot better shape selling your business and also just running your business on a daily basis anyways. Now, the next thing we're going to look at is just local lead generation, right? Going to events, having partnerships with local business, doing giveaways, flyers and mailers. This is obviously a great way to interact with your local community and get leads that way, setting up booths at different events, talking at weekly meetings for realtors, that kind of deal, and get your name out there. Now, the next thing we're going to look at is online lead generation, right? So I put them really in 5 different categories, and the reason I did so, and you don't see anything like Angie's List or Service Direct or HomeBuddy, is I've listed the highest traffic online platforms people look for home services, right? This is Meta, Facebook and Instagram. This is Google, right? Google LSA and Google Ads. This is YouTube. YouTube is Google still, but YouTube is a video-based platform for that. And then Yelp, right? People are looking for home services on Yelp and on TikTok, right? These are the platforms that have the highest form of traffic, of people just interacting with things online. Companies like Angie's List, companies like HomeBuddy, Service Direct, Networks, they generate these leads. They're essentially a middleman. They generate their leads from their SEO, their web presence. They run ads on Facebook. They run ads on these platforms, and they sell the lead to you. They're a middleman. Nothing bad about buying from these platforms, right? But you're never getting the best deal. And of course, sometimes when you hire a company to run these ads for you, obviously there's a rate anyways. But if you buy from a platform like Angie's or Service Direct, you never really truly understand the numbers in any market, because maybe they have a fixed cost of $250 or $350 per lead or per appointment. You really never know the true cost of advertising because it's always marked up. Whereas if you're actually advertising straight on these platforms, you can actually see the exact numbers and what they look like, and have better accurate reports on having predictability and scaling your business. Hey, like Facebook is working better for me for replacements. I can spend more money here. Google is really good at keeping my team busy. I'm going to spend more money here, right? But if you buy leads from a platform that is essentially a middleman, and they get their lead sources from a variety of places, you don't know where the customer comes from unless you ask them. And you don't know how much that customer really costed to get here. You're just paying networks, whatever, or whatever they charge you. You really never understand the data. So without data, you can't scale your business. You have no idea what is actually allowing you to get leads. So we need to understand that, right? If we're going to spend money, we need to know where it comes from. So I'm going to really break it down here. So Facebook and Instagram ads, real quick, is a great way to quickly, put offers out there. This is offer-based advertising, right? People are scrolling through their phones, and then they see a image or video ad of your business, and then they become interested, right? They're not scrolling on the platform with the intent that they need something in mind. Is that they see a good offer and it reminds them, oh, like I need this done, and they opt in, right? So this is offer-based marketing. Good thing about Facebook and Instagram, there's lots of people on it, so if you have to structure ads in a way that you have a very good offer, and then you can get results very quickly, right? Now, Google LSA and Google Ads is intent-based marketing, right? So people already have the need when they're looking for what they need, and your business is one of the recommendations. So the lead quality is going to be a little bit better, and the chances of you closing the lead are much higher because they really have a strong need for this. However, setting up ads on Google LSA and Google Ads, there's a little bit more verifications on your business. Google needs to make sure you're a legitimate business. And for example, Google Ads are a little bit more complicated to run, and the budget for Google Ads is going to be a little bit higher than what you would see on Facebook and Instagram. Now, Google LSA is a pay-per-lead platform, so as long as you're a verified business with Google guaranteed, you're able to get leads on a pay-per-lead basis, which is very advantageous. So Facebook and Google LSA is what I recommend to businesses when they first start out. Is if you have like a budget of $1,000 to $2,000 a month for advertising, this is where you're going to get a best bet for leads. The next thing is YouTube ads. YouTube is becoming more and more of a larger platform where people are putting their attention on. With shorts, people can scroll through their phone on YouTube, and so there's lots of potential on YouTube, and it's part of Google as well. Now, this is also going to be offer-based advertising because you have to have engaging videos on YouTube to force them to stop and go through your offer whenever they're scrolling through their phone. Or maybe they didn't pay for YouTube Premium and they're watching a YouTube video and they're forced to watch your ad right before the next video that they're watching. So YouTube is in the early stage, but we see some great conversions from it, but it's also offer-based advertising. Now, Yelp is intent-focused advertising. Now, Yelp is going to work for some contractors in different markets. Really depends on how prevalent people use Yelp in your local market. But Yelp is a great place for people who need a repair. They go to Yelp, and they look for a contractor, and Yelp directs that traffic to you from there. So Yelp is also intent-based marketing, but it's not as going to be as strong as Google, right? Google's a much bigger platform. And now TikTok is also offer-based marketing, so having videos with good offers as people scroll, that's also going to get you leads. And essentially, these are the 5 platforms that I recommend people to generate online leads from if you have an advertising spend, right? This is like pay-per-click, right? So you're, essentially running ads, giving the platform like a budget, and then, doing different things to manipulate the platform to get X amount of leads from X amount that you're spending. Now, the next thing is talent, right? So all, of these things that I just talked about, your web presence, your database reactivations, your customer contracts, and your local lead generation and your online lead generation, kind of a mouthful, is you're generating leads for your business, right? Whether it's installs, repairs, tune-ups, opportunities for you to go to a customer's home and see what's going on in their home and, diagnosing that issue, selling them whatever they need, right? You need as many of those instances as possible to scale your business. Either you as a business owner are going to them, or you have a team of people going to them. So you need to have predictable lead generation from a diversified source of these leads for your business to, run smoothly, for you to have the confidence in spending more and having confidence in your business in general, right? So, online leads, local leads, customer contracts, database reactivation, online web presence. These 5 things are going to drive you leads in your business. Now, there's more ways to get leads they're going to talk about, but not all of these things apply to everyone. But first thing I'm going to take a look at is talent, right? So when you're when you're generating lots of leads, you're going to have to look for ways to organize these leads, right? Are you going to go to them? Is a technician going to go to them? Do you need to hire someone to go to them? Do you need to hire someone to do these jobs? At some point, once you have diversified and consistent lead sources, you need to have someone to go to them. You can't always go to everything, right? So the first thing that I would tell people to hire, or maybe not hire, maybe have someone your friends or family help you with, is customer service representatives, right? You shouldn't, if you're a business owner, you should never be overbooked. You should never be like completely booked, right? If you're completely booked, customers are going to come in, they're going to need something, and then you don't have the bandwidth to go serve them, right? You need someone who is looking at your schedule and giving priority to customers who, need to be helped more than others, right? You need to keep a priority of customers. And the customer service representative is going to take so much time off your hands, allow you to schedule more work, and also keep you better organized, right? They can be in charge of not only just scheduling the leads, keeping track of all the customers, adding them to CRM, making sure that you have that database reactivation ready, right? And talking to all the leads that come from all these diversified lead sources and putting them onto your calendar. That's very important, because at some point you cannot do that yourself, right? Second thing is hiring sales talent. So instead of you as a business owner selling, is you need to hire a comfort advisor, someone to do sales for you, right? So there's a lot of times where I meet business owners where they just do all the estimates. They've been doing it for the past couple of years, and they want to start their business, but you can't work forever. You're definitely going to go on Disney vacation with your family at some point. You got to go to the Bahamas at some point. You got to get a break, but you don't have the confidence to take that break, and you can't go on a break and not make money, right? And you can't be working all the time. Sometimes, car breaks down, truck breaks down, you get an accident, fall through the roof, something like that. You need to have someone to take your place, right? In order to scale your business, you need to hire sales talent. Lots of business owners, they just stay doing the same thing over and over again, running house calls themselves, which is great. But if you want to have more leverage on the time, you have to go to the pain point of hiring a comfort advisor salesperson. But also what comes with that is a lot of responsibility in that you need to have lots of consistent leads to give to that comfort advisor so they can run at least 2 house calls per day on the weekdays, right? Nothing technicians, right? If you are at a point where you need people to go on, service calls, repairs, Having a technician is very, very important. And then once you're at a place to where, maybe you want to hire a marketing agency to, or someone, in-house to run your marketing, so you don't need to worry about lead generation and, buying things from middlemen like Angie's, then you can invest in marketing, right? Or of course, you can also do everything yourself. So talent is going to give you a lot more leverage in, running your business, right? You need to focus on, the things that actually matter. Because if you're a 100K per month business purely from residential doing 10 installs per month, you want to get to what's preventing you from getting to $1 million per month is time. You don't have enough time. When you get home, you want to just interact with your family, right? But, someone's getting these commercial contracts, right? Someone's getting these multi-residential property contracts. Someone, they're a lot of business owners are like, oh, there's always this big corporate company that gets a bunch of money from, PE firms. Yeah, there are. But what they have is leverage on time. They're not running all the house calls themselves. They're focusing on things that actually matter in their business, right? So once you hire out talent, you have a better opportunity to look at, hey, do I want commercial contracts? Do I want to put bids on commercial contracts? Do I want to find more lead sources for my business, right? You start focusing on things that actually drive the business forward instead of just doing everything yourself. So the next thing is relationship building. Of course, if you're running house calls all the time, you can't build relationships with important people, right? Going to conferences, going to local events, speaking in front of property managers, realtors, and meeting other contractors at conventions. This is what's going to allow you to grow as a business, meeting other business owners farther along than you, developing relationships with GCs, property managers, realtors. They're going to give you jobs as well, but you only have so much time. So the next point is building relationships. That's going to really help you in your business and also drive more leads for your business. Now, final thing for most home service businesses and HVAC companies is your lead sources. Like, where are your sales coming from? Are you a residential company, or are you a commercial industrial? So where are the leads going to come from for residential and commercial and industrial, right? So residential is pretty simple. They literally come from everywhere, right? Anyone with a home. So residentials come from Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Google, relationships, and referrals. Online leads, pretty much any online platform will get you residential because everyone's online. And relationship and referrals will get you. Now the tricky part is how do we land commercial industrial contracts, right? You're very much ambitious, want to scale your company. Commercial and industrial is going to get you the cash flow where you can do consistent $1 million months, right? So from an online standpoint, it's going to come from Google. They rarely do they come from offer-based marketing, right? They're going to come from intent. People are looking for a reliable contractor, new construction, something like that. They search on Google, they find your business. It doesn't really ever come from offer-based marketing, right? Not that you can't try it, but all the leads that I've seen that are commercial industrial come from Google, right? Now Google is a little bit more expensive to run advertising, but here and there you'll get a contract that's $500,000, a couple million, and pays for all the advertising for the next 10 years, right? Depending on your margins, right? If it's 10-15%, not exactly that many amount of years, but one job really pays for like a year's marketing in that sense. And bidding platforms, where there are platforms where you can pay a flat rate or pay a monthly rate and submit bids on different projects in your area. And that's another way to get commercial and industrial leads, other than meeting these people who are developers in new construction. So all of these things, getting a consistent lead source for your business, hiring the right people to handle all these leads, so that you can actually focus on building relationships and looking at other avenues, looking at your numbers and systems, residential versus commercial, what direction you want to go to your business. You need to have all of these handled for you to go from someone who's doing side jobs to someone who's 100K per month doing 10 installs average of 10 installs per month to doing someone who's doing $1 million per month, residential and commercial contracts. Now, probably wondering who's this guy, and I don't look like someone who's done HVAC at all. I don't. You send me to a home to look at a unit. I have really no idea what's going on with the compressor, but I run an online marketing agency specialized with working HVAC and electrical contractors. We've scaled companies like Done Right Heating and Air Conditioning to their first 7 figures in 7 months purely from online leads. I've worked with companies I ran in-home estimates with their sales team, and I've seen that they have a 60% close rate on all of our appointments on online leads, which is very exceptional, in this industry. And I put myself in my clients' shoes and, visited my clients in California, New Jersey, to see what is their day-to-day in their business like, right? I've scheduled inspections myself. I've even closed some customers on the phone when needed, and understand every part of the industry. And to really show you where that comes from is a couple months ago when I first started this business, kind of an irony is I was living in New Jersey and I was sleeping on an air mattress when I first started this business. The first contractor that I ever worked with was a company in Edison, New Jersey, and we closed I think 40,000 jobs. And when I first started out, I really knew nothing about this space. So I was working for free, right? So I was under the premise that he would be putting up the ads, putting up the advertising spend. I'd be generating the jobs for him, doing everything for him, all the calls and everything. I did everything, from living at a friend's place, sleeping on an air mattress, and we finally closed like 2 jobs, working for free, and he refused to pay me, and then blocked me, removed me from everything. And that was my first client. So persevered and continued working. But when I was living here, really rough start in starting this business. The air conditioning actually broke down midsummer in New Jersey, and here we are working in the living room with shirts off in the heat of the New Jersey heat wave. And I even took a picture of what's going on with our air conditioner, and I sent it to some of my clients. I'm like, bro, what's going on? But months from now, nearly half a year later, I scaled some of our clients to $1 million in under 7 months, and worked with some of the largest HVAC contractors in the United States. So, starting this business, working in the home service space, literally changed my life from this to where we are now. So, if you're interested, the second part, we're going to go over how to improve your close rate. This is from my experience working with salespeople, going to house calls. So stay tuned for the next part.